Get your hands down, gentlemen. Secure your hands.
That's affirmative in VR.
Take that line straight.
Why don't you tell me how you got in here?
Getting caught up, I was on parole and I was actually going to college. I had a job and I was staying focused for the most part, but when you don't really have family to be there for you, and like you try to conceptualize on how to do it yourself, you find yourself slowly falling. So I came back for possession of alcohol and assault.
And this is not your first time here though, right?
No, sorry.
Tell me about the first time.
First time came for assault too, and then I spent exactly 20 months here, just waiting on really placement, but none of my family really wanted to take me, and just kind of like, I guess it was kind of hard, I guess. But I eventually got out and I went to a group home, and then that's when I was on parole and I got in trouble.
And was that pretty tough when you just couldn't find someplace to go that first time?
Yeah, especially when like your family doesn't really take you, and like they put you on a group home list, but like that just takes a while. That's like 6 months just for them to even come visit you, and then once they visit you, it's like another 3 months to see if they want to take you, and then it's like another 2 months just to see if they want to put you, like find an open bed and open placement. But yeah, once you actually look around, you ask your grandma, grandpas, your aunts and uncles, will you take me? But because you know you messed up a lot in your past, definitely affects your future.
And you said before, life's hard. What did you mean by that?
I don't know, like everybody can like conceptualize that, oh yeah, I got a hold of it, I could do it, or like, you know, it's really easy, it's just doing this. But when you get out there, and I was going to college for physical therapy, and I had a job as a manager at a cleaning company, so like it seemed easy at first, but you slowly find yourself starting to get stressed. And when you try to lean only on yourself, or you try to, you know, feel like, you know, the big person that you really aren't, you know, you find yourself falling. So it's harder than people think, especially when you're on your own.
And so you felt like you got stressed out and you kind of fell back into your old ways. You knew that what you were doing was wrong or stupid or crazy, but you got stressed out and you started making bad decisions again. Could you just tell me about that?
Yeah, like I'd wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'd go to college. I'd have classes till about 12, and then at 7 that night I'd go to work. I worked the third shift night, and I was a manager, so I closed down the YMCA in the Boyd in Fort Wayne. You know, I closed down the building, I cleaned everything up, and I was kind of like maintenance. But I don't know, I didn't really have much time for myself. So like me still trying to be a kid, out of just getting out of prison, not having much time to enjoy life, I wanted to start partying, or I wanted to start trying to find like a good like equilibrium to have a good time, but also work to show what I can do good. But I found myself drinking, you know, and then drink a little more. Found myself smoking, and then smoking a little more, and then just I got stressed. And the assault actually came into play when I gave someone money, and like, you know, I expect them to pay me back. And eventually it came out to where he said, I'm not going to pay you. And I fought him, and I beat him up, and I was going to get a charge, but they dropped it.
And then you ended up back in here.
Yes, sir.
We don't need a third state. We don't need a third state.
Hey, hey, hey.
Mark time. Mark. Look, 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 look. Let go. Look, look, look. Let go. 14. Very good. I need to stop and move around. Teacher, forward, mark. Look, 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 right. Let go. Look, 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 right. Go left, 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 go left.
Chip, I'm ready. I'm ready and rolling. Can we follow him?
Take a picture how pretty the facility looks. Our next bum ass is gonna be on TV. Oh yeah, East Side.
Ready to exit dining hall back to the unit.
I know you had his fucking under the film.
Over. Stand ready and rolling.
Stand by again.
Tell me what the Future Soldier program is.
Future Soldier program is about like honor, courage, and commitment. It's about bettering yourself. It's about like every morning when you wake up, you know, how can you make your life better? Not just while in here, how can you like make your outside factors play into starting in here? How are you gonna maybe go to the military? Are you maybe gonna start working out more to increase your physical appearance? Are you gonna start thinking more often about your decisions? It's about discipline. You know, there's so many different like factors that play into it about bettering yourself. So either from like cadences on the walk or, you know, PT, which is physical training. We work out a lot early in the morning, and then at about 7 to 8, and then in the afternoon stuff, we got on the obstacle course out there. You know, there's a lot of different things that we do to just kind of make you stay more focused.
And it's an honor to be a part of it, right?
Of course, if you stay out of trouble and you show your counselors and you show everybody that, you know, I really am trying to change, they'll put you either in that program or they'll put you in another plus program. But in my opinion, many other offenders' opinions, like the military program is probably the best, either from like the staff, you know, the kind of like relationship with you, keeping you out of trouble, trying to show you that, you know, you're not alone while you're doing it every step of the way, to, you know, like the privileges you get once you do stay out of trouble and you do prove to people.
That's great. And tell me, what are some of those privileges that you get?
We have like, other units have like a kind of smaller TV up on a pole. We have a flat screen TV in our E15. We have PlayStation. We got weight equipment in our status room, which is like just a privilege room. We can keep a commissary in our rooms. So like that's cool because like whenever you're hungry or whatever, you just reach in your drawer and eat instead of from having to wait. I don't know, them are just some of the smaller things, but also kind of like the honor of not wearing like khakis and little like pants. You get to wear a uniform and it makes you feel kind of better about yourself.
If you could talk to the you 3 years ago, what would you tell yourself?
I don't know, it's kind of hard then, but probably tell myself you're not alone. Like, you need be grateful for the things you do have. Be grateful for like when your little brother walks up to you and tells you he loves you, actually turn to him and tell him you love him back. Don't just push it aside. Or like, if you have a girlfriend for that moment, let him know every moment you're not gonna leave her. Because when you get locked up, you see like who's really there for you, and you see like you are kind of alone, and it hurts. But I tell myself to stay focused. I tell myself to use that support group that you did have. And when your mom and you're there for Christmas, whatever, enjoy every second.
Is loneliness the toughest thing that you have to deal with sometimes?
In here, probably. I mean, you wake up every morning, you kind of look around, you either see your one roommate or you see an empty room. Or you go out into the unit, you see a whole bunch of people, and morning time's probably the hardest time, like truthfully to admit, because everybody's just like, I'm another day alone. Like your family's not there to give you a hug unless it's visitation day. You don't have your little siblings running around the house making noises. Like, you start missing the small things. But yeah, probably.
19 or 18 or 17 or 16, the time out with them. Any time or like she on the phone time. You go to an hour, get back to the so I can roll back. I got a last year day. Yes, you do.
Okay, what's his name?
Not yet, eh? Let me slide over here.
You gonna go to that door? You gonna go to the door?
Yeah, you might want to stand for that.
Yeah, go to the door.
Yeah, that's true. I would
Yeah, go to the door. Hey, come on, guys, come on.
look like you know, so I know. Trust me. You know what? You know what I was saying? Play the program.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Love you much.
Muchas gracias, señorita.
Love you, don't say.
No. That ain't gonna work.
Big truck.
Bro, man, show the paper towels, bro, before my mouth get irritated, bro. Yeah, no doubt, you know. You know what happened.
I got you. Now she don't shoot.
I'm sorry. Come here, grab my elbow. I'll be seeing before I touch my hand. I'll be able to touch my hand. I'm sorry.
I don't have it.
I don't know. Have I been like that since we was kids?
Yeah. Give me burp. I need some, but I don't have it right now. All right.
I'm so, I don't know. Just so much stuff.
Hey, you gonna check out our TV?
You know that's what they're come on, bro.
Do this for me at least, man.
You didn't give me a real time.
Yeah, he tried to show off. What you need to do is guess what? Baby, pop that door. D12. What you need to do is guess what? Down in there.
I got y'all.
For real dog. Now, I'm not playing with you. Sebastian, don't let us go. Man, don't let us.
That's not your card, man. All that. Tell him to call me and ask me. You can't get off of me.
See? Where you supposed to be at? Where you supposed to be at?
Well, you said
Where you
I'm
supposed to be
all
at? Nah, where you supposed to be at? Get on in there.
Calm down, y'all.
Sebastian.
For real, if I be on Mad TV show,
Sebastian.
I'll be on True TV. Keep playing with me, cops.
For real? Yeah, why you showing out? For real, why you showing out? You feel special?
Talk to him for me.
I'll be on True TV. You keep playing with me.
Something special you are.
True TV. Keep playing with me.
Kids out there let them play because they don't have to. GED kids, I took them all out. They don't do nothing. It's part of them out there.
No, I completely understand the no and pressure.
Always today.
What Walker go? Bro, I seen Blakey talking. I seen him walking, bro. I gotta wait on him. Let me get my rating. You think they give me 1 week on release and 1 week on transition? I just found out what's fucking auntie got cancer. I think he got shot. Sorry to hear that. He got shot in this.
35 at 1K3, making that a public program.
Tell him to come in.
I'm good.
So you want me to tell him what you said? About you believing? About you relieving me.
Can you get rid of me?
Guys.
Looks like yours.
Whenever they get this stuff taken care of, if they don't have this stuff taken care of now, tell me that.
Yes.
It's not my,
Can you teach me work profiles? Because everyone else tells me you can't. They're not smart.
You can come over, Blake.
Oh, man. No, come on through.
No, we're good. Come on through, man. Hero shot.
Who's up?
Hero, man. Hero shot.
Who's the hero?
You are. You are,
I
man.
need you to just do something mundane.
Yeah, go over there and say, keep it
That's
on
a good
lockdown,
word.
Cox.
Most of the girls don't know that word. There you go.
Here it comes, Holly.
Here you go, Dolly.
Holly.
Yeah, Blake, say,
What's up, sir?
I'm getting ready to go, so just keep everything in order.
Pray for me. You know how I feel about this.
I'm praying.
It'll be fun.
how excited are you to get out of here?
I'm psyched. I mean, it's a new start. Like this time I'm getting discharged. So, I mean, that is a big difference in my opinion from parole to discharge. Because on parole, there's a lot of stipulations, a lot of rules. And, you know, if you do follow them, it shows you an accomplishment. It doesn't show that, like, you don't know what you're doing. But I'm being discharged, so it's kind of a new start. And I don't know, I'm really happy. I mean, I can finally continue on some of my goals.
And what does that mean? So will you have a PO? Like, will you still have to check in, or no? You're just
No, not really. Like, being discharged is like no paperwork, no parole visits, no probation visits, nobody checking up at your house. And I mean, it is a lot of responsibility too. Like, some people, if they're kind of immature, they're not gonna like think right. They're like, yeah, I can finally, you know, smoke weed, or I can finally get drunk. But nah, you need to really remember the times while you're in here, because that's when it hits you the most.
because after July 19th, is it?
23rd.
After July 23rd, if you get in trouble,
Oh, it's just,
you're not coming back here.
No, son, I'm across the street. I mean, that's a big difference from here. Instead of dealing with like, you know, younger kids, you dealing with like older men. You dealing with like, nah, it's not longer 6 months, it's 6 years. You know, and you start really thinking. You start really, if you take it for real, if you really take it to heart, and every moment you think about it, that's when you start taking it the most important, I guess.
Right. So what's the first thing you're gonna do? What are you most excited to do as soon as you get discharged?
I don't know, like, I guess a little bit like, I guess a lot of people really want to go out to eat, or they want to go visit Taco Bell, and I love Taco Bell. It's probably a couple burritos for me, but I don't know, just probably go back home for a little bit and look my family in the eye and tell them I'm sorry for hurting them. Tell them I'm sorry that I haven't been there. But I know everything's going to be okay, you know, so probably rebuild a relationship.
Is that tough? Did they tell you that you disappointed them?
Yeah, they used to tell me every day, and until like I made that big decision to actually get in trouble, that was when I guess kind of hit me the most. You know, but I don't know, growing up a lot, and it's not my real family, I'm adopted too, but I don't know, so like growing up I didn't feel like they were my family, so I didn't really care. They wanted to keep putting me away, or I had to go from this home to this home to this home, so I didn't really take advantage of actually being loved. But you know, now that I miss them a lot, now that I'm not there for them growing up, you know, I am more grateful for that. And I do want to let them know that I'm sorry for not being that brother, son that they always wanted.
Do you know what happened, where your biological parents are?
My biological mom died when I was 11, and my biological dad's been on the missing person list since I was young.
Oh, just no one has any idea where it is.
Yeah.
So are these relatives that adopted you, or just
Foster family. It's like my 7th one.
And that started when you were 11, you said?
No, actually I got taken away when I was 4. My mom was a really strong alcoholic, and she was never there. So she got drunk one night and passed out. Like, I was scared, so I ran outside, never asked what's wrong. And they went inside and checked on her. She was like close to an alcoholic coma, but they took me away, put me in foster care. Saw that, you know, the situation I was in wasn't the best. So I moved from like 7 different foster homes from age 4 to about 5.5, and then I met the family I have now when I was 6. Visited them for a while, actually moved in, and then they adopted me when I was 7. So I've been with them since I was about 7.
And then when you started growing up and you hit your teenage years, that's when you started acting up and you felt like they're not my real family, and started
Pretty much, and
rebelling a bit?
a little bit. Like, I guess I took a lot of my anger out on the people around me, because they didn't truthfully understand what I've been through. They'd always say, you know, I'm here for you, but every other family would just give me away the next month, or, you know, when I would mess up, you know, all the other families would tell me, you know, you're worthless, you're wasting my time. So when I finally had something good, it kind of scared me, because I didn't know how long it'd last. So I started messing up a lot, and I started not paying attention to, you know, the small things.
Right, so before they could abandon you, you put up that wall, right? That's sort of like to protect yourself.
Yeah, I put up a wall because I was tired of being hurt. So like I found it hard finding myself in relationships with either like, you know, girls or friends, and because I knew that everybody would eventually leave. And sometimes it still happens to this day, but you know, you gotta, I don't know, every second you gotta give someone a chance, because maybe you can help them out.
That's good, man. To somebody who maybe is on the wrong path, maybe, you know, just messing up now, skipping school, whatever, but on the same path that you were on, is there anything you could say to somebody like in that frame of mind to avoid this, or do you think this was unavoidable for you? Like, is there?
It This place was definitely avoidable. Like, there's so many things I could have did to change my patterns. There's so many things I could have did to change my behavior, but I chose not to. I chose to try to do it by myself because I was used to being alone. But if there's something I could tell them, to be like, a couple quotes, like, life is full of pain, but it's what you do after the tears fall that consider your strength. And then, like, if you're used to fighting and you think that you can just, whoop everybody, then, it's not going to get you far. And, like, a Gandhi quote is, a closed fist can't shake your neighbor's hand. And I don't know, just if you take your time, you actually think about those two quotes, you think about, like, wow, a closed fist can't shake your neighbor's hand. So maybe I shouldn't have to fight him. If he calls my mom something, something small on the out to deal with, just let it go, man. It's going to be okay. He ain't going to know you 10 years down the road. I don't know, just this place ain't no joke. And the people that think like, oh, they're gangsters, and people that think, they tough, they'll make it, nah, it's whatever. I'll just, when you get in here, you recognize who your true friends are. Don't hang out with the bad crowd, because when you're in here, they're not going to write you. They're not going to be, what's up, my friend? Nah, it's not like that. They're going to be, oh, you gone for 9 years? Okay, cool. You get out 9 years later, what's up, man? I missed you. Nah, you forgot about me. So, like, conceptualize on how you can better your life and think about how you can help others. Don't think about what's good for that momentary gratification, I guess.
Right. Do they provide you any therapy in here, or is it?
Yeah. I mean, you have your counselors. You can talk to your counselors a lot, and the majority of them really do care about you. But with like 20 other kids on the unit, they get busy. So sometimes you don't have a chance to sit down and talk one-on-one for a couple hours, but they help you out as much as they can, either giving you phone calls home or trying to de-escalate you during a small situation. But yeah, you have counselors, or in mental health, which is in medical, you have more time with them, and they kind of make sure you're okay, and that your well-being's not like in hazard, I guess.